Hello, everyone. Welcome to the first module of Professional Writing course. In this first video, you're going to learn about four main components of well-written emails. Let's begin. When we think of the basics of email writing, we're talking about the parts that make up a well-written email. These parts are the subject line, the greeting, the content, and the closing. In the following slides, you're going to learn how to write each of these parts up. First, when you think of the subject line, you're thinking of the first encounter your reader has about your message. Therefore, this shouldn't be longer than 3 words. It should never be a sentence. And it should only contain key information and no greetings. Now, the things that it needs to have, it's a concise title, nouns only, and numbers for cases or topics that you're following up that have been previously. Let's take a look at this. As you can see in this example, you have case 34562 analysis. This follows the conventions previously mentioned. Once you have written this part in the subject line, you can move on onto the greeting. The greeting salutes the reader, so it should respect the person's gender, and it should include the person's gender's title, along with their last name. Mr. for men, Miss for females that are married, or Miss for females that are single, along with their last name. Also, if the gender of the person is unknown, you can always go by the person's position. For example, President Perez, Dr. Garcia, or as in this case, Professor Garcia. Now, if only the gender is known and no last name is known, you can always go by the dear sir or dear madam. Now, if you're writing to a formal institution, such as a bank or any other organization, you can always use to whom it may concern. Let's take a look at the example that follows. Again, the subject line is clear. And in my grading, I don't know the person's gender, but I know their position. That's why I use Dear Professor Umbridge. This leads to the third and the most important part of my email, the content. Remember, the content, it's the message that I want my reader to know about. In this case, I need to avoid 3 things: long emails, blaming and complaining type of emails. What my emails need to have are clear and concise messages that are written in 1 or 2 paragraphs or 3 or 4 sentences each, and they should all include words of thanks. Let's see the following example. Again, I'm using the subject line, one that it's clear for my reader, so they identify what I'm talking about. I greet them appropriately in this case because I don't know the person's gender. I use their position and their last name. And finally, I write a concise email that doesn't give place for questions. I am working on case 34562, but I have some questions I need help with. I would like to know if we can arrange a meeting tomorrow at 3. Please let me know if it is possible. Straightforward, simple, no place for additional questions. It's a very simple email. Once you have written these 3 things, it's about time to finish your writing. The closing time, it's very simple as it salutes or says goodbye to your reader. Regards or best regards are some of the forms people use. Some other people use sincerely yours, truly yours. These are not romantic forms of saying goodbye. These are only extremely formal ways for saying goodbye. After you have written this, you can add a signature that includes your name and your last name. You can include, if necessary, contact information, telephone numbers, other email addresses. Remember, The email address you own, it's already in the front part of your email. Do not add it in this part. Just to see this, you can find it at the bottom of this mail, the closing. In this case, I finished with best regards, Hector Gonzalez. And because it's a teacher I have a relationship with, I don't add contact information. This person already knows. To wrap this up, let's talk a little bit about do's and don'ts of emails. When we think of the things that we need to have, the number one thing everybody should have is a professional looking email address. If you don't have one, get one. Have a clear subject line, use the right titles, write concisely, and always avoid blaming and complaining. Now, stay away from contractions, as this is a form of informal writing. Do never send emails that are not checked for grammatical or spelling mistakes. Do never write more than one or two emails, 3 or 4 sentences. Keep this in mind so you write effective, clear, concise, and precise. Thank you very much. See you next time.